Welcome back to the Dirty Water Coins and Collectibles channel. Tonight we have a multi-denominational hunt. 10 rolls of quarters, 10 rolls of dimes, 10 rolls of nickels, and 10 rolls of pennies. I actually like doing these. Kind of breaks up the monotony. You get a little bit of everything hunted. Not necessarily that we're going to find anything at all, but you usually come across something in these. I'm not a big fan of hunting dimes, but doing 10 rolls is actually doable. My eyes don't kill me. They do start to bother me, but they don't get destroyed. Nickels, I love customer wrapped nickels, and pennies as well. So we're always hoping for silver in these 3 rolls. That can happen, or 3 denominations. Looking for W's, can happen in these 2. I guess technically now it can happen in the nickels as well if someone was to break out one of the West Point nickels and then put it into circulation. Proofs can happen in all of them. Foreigns can happen in all of them. Random stuff can be hiding in these rolls. That has happened to me before as well. But let's quit the jibber jab and let's get into these rolls. I'll start with the quarters. Again, we're looking for West Points, silvers, proofs, foreigns, definitely errors and varieties. So let me get into these. I'll bring you back with the first find, or I'll get through all of them and bring you in with the wrap up for the quarters. All right, just finished hunting the first roll. I have a Minnesota State quarter under the scope, and we have FS-801 Cherry Pickers variety. On Wexler's it says it was removed from the 6th edition. Just means it's not shown in there, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, so a partial tree right there. So that's a pretty sweet find in roll number 1. I'll take it. Let's keep her going. I'll be right back. Roll number 3 gives us a proof. I have not seen the reverse. Illinois. Not bad. Could be worse, could be better. Proof on the board. Let's keep her going. All right, 10 rolls of quarters have been hunted. We have 3 finds. We have our 2005 Minnesota FS-801, doubling by the tree. We have our 2003 Illinois clad proof. And a 2012 Philly Choco Culture lower mintage. So I have those. Let's get into the dimes, see what we can find. I'll be right back. Working on the 5th roll of dimes, and I missed it when I poured it out. But we've got silver on the board, and it's not American. We got Canadian silver. We have a 1953 Canadian dime. I think that's 80% silver, but it's silver nonetheless. Sweet. Let's keep it going. See if I can find anything else in the dimes. I'll be right back. So the dimes ended up being actually decent the last couple of rolls. So these 2 up here, we have some, say, misaligned die. So we have a little bit extra rim, kind of on the northeastern side of this dime, and it kind of tapers off southwest, gets thicker. So we have that one. And then we have this one. It's pretty much the same type of scenario. Tapers off down southwest. Starts to get thicker. These 2 are kind of minor. I won't be keeping these but it's something to show. And I have a 1970D, actually with some pretty decent detail. And this is the FS-101, so you can see with the detailed flame, there's a little scour here and a scour here. So that is a proof reverse of the 1970 Denver. So I held that aside. Now this here is pretty cool. So here I have a 2001, and this is off-center strike. So it's pretty much no rim on the eastern side. And then probably about like a 7% off-center on the western side, and then it tapers off again. And if we check on the reverse, it's not as strong, but it is off-center and tapers off on the eastern side here. So this one I will keep. It's a little different. And we have our Canadian silver. So can't beat that. Silver on the board for dimes. 1953. So we have a couple of keepers. I'll hold this aside till the end of the video. Those are getting tossed back. Let's get into the nickels. I'll be right back. Making my way through the 6th roll of nickels. And we've got silver. 1944. I did see the reverse already. We have a 1944 Denver. I did not check it for any kind of mint mark variety. And that looks normal. E pluribus look normal. Let's check the obverse. Looks normal to me. But we've got silver on the board. There's a little notch in that S. Notch in the U too. We might have a minor DDO. I don't think they see. Little notch in the upper left of the T. I don't see much else though. Alright, silver on the board for nickels. Let's keep her going. Be back with any other cool finds. 10 rolls of nickels have been hunted. And here are our finds. We actually got some pretty good ones. We have our first foreign of the hunt, a 1963 Belgique. Looks like a 1 franc. A couple of 40s finds. We have a 1940 Philly, 46 Philly, not a Henning, 46 Denver, and a 47 Philly, also not a Henning. 3 1957s out of Denver. We have this 2016 with a pretty cool reverse. This is for Southern Coin Hunter. So you see here, it's pretty much nothing. That's because that's not what we're looking at. Look at that die chip, baby. That thing is massive, and it actually kind of looks like a face. Kind of looks like an eye right in this area here. Kind of like a nose. Kind of like a mouth. Almost like a mask. That's pretty cool. I wanted to bring you in to show you that for Southern Coin Hunter. And we had our silver, 1944 Denver. Possible minor DDO. Let's get into the cents. See if we can find anything cool. I'll be right back. Alright, just started in the 3rd roll of Lincoln cents. And we got a find, and it's a good one. So let me shut the light off. We have a 1972 don't really see much going on there. But check that out. Heavy doubling to the west. And all of the letters. That's sweet. So now I got to figure out which one this is. I want to say like 3 or 8. So I'll be right back. Let me try to figure this one out. All right, I can't say for sure. The coin is actually in pretty decent shape in terms of details, but there's just so much corrosion in spots. The verdigris, and it's so much grime that where all the markers are covered with stuff. But the look of the G, I'm trying to get this a little bit clearer here. The look of this G, the thickness like right in this area here, I want to say it's the 8. I'm going to go with the 8 on this one. But that's a sweet find. All right, we'll put this to the side. And let's keep her going. I'll be right back. All right, I'm working on the 5th roll of Lincoln cents. And I think I have another find. I have a 1964 Denver under the scope. And again, it is not in the greatest condition. Definitely circulated. But if you look here, let me try to spin this upside down. Maybe you can get a better view of it. Yeah. So we've got doubling on the U, the N, the I, T, the E, the D, S, T, T, the O, the F, and then the cool part here is there's a little notch in the R, there's doubling in the I, doubling on the C right there. Try to pull this up a little bit here. Try to get a better view of the R. Let me see if I can pull it here. Somewhere around there. So notching in the R, and then a little bit of doubling right in here. And then we have it in the bottom of the T, the bottom of the N, the bottom of the E, the C, the E there, the N there. So this is a best of for Wexler's. This is DDR-002. So that's sweet. I'd like to find this in a uncirculated coin, but I will take this nonetheless. I'll hold it aside. Let's keep this hunt going. All right, and that does it for our 10 rolls of pennies. We did get a couple of Canadians. I have a 1971 and a 1995. We did get a couple of Wheaties in those rolls, a 1953 and a 57 Denver. Did get one shield cent DDR. Kill the light here. So you see we have doubling down the bottom of the U, and the N, the I, bottom of the T, the E, the D, thickness in states down the bottom, and then not so much in of. Very, very little, if any, in America. We have some minor doubling in JFM to the east. And really not much in the LB. So this one primarily has doubling in United. A little bit of extra thickness and the first couple letters of states. So we have a double die there. And then we had the 64 Denver with the doubling at the top of United States of America. Wish I could get that notching in the R to show up better. You can kind of see it right there. Like right in that area right there. Doubling at the top of the I, at the top and bottom of the C. So right up in here and right in there. Doubling at the I. So we have that. It's actually a really cool find. I've been looking for that for a little while, but like I said, I wish it was just in better condition. And then we have our 1972, which I believe to be DDO number 8. And we've got doubling mainly, and In God We Trust that I can make out. Liberty is doubled, but it's not really too visible just because of all the funk on the coin. But that does it. That's our hunt. So we ended up with an FS-108. We have silver and FS-901, along with a off-center strike. And we have a silver nickel and a couple Lincoln cents. So that was actually a really good hunt. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give a thumbs up. It really does help out the channel. I've noticed a steady decline, kind of in like the monetary issue, which is strange because all the views are the same. So I don't know what YouTube did differently. I know the shorts, they changed the shorts around to like a 3-minute short, and the views aren't the same there. I don't know if they changed the ads, but it's been a steady decline since like December. So if you could hit that like button right down here in the lower left hand corner, it does help out the channel. It makes a huge, huge difference. So I'd appreciate it if you did that. If you're not a subscriber, but you find yourself coming back to watch, please hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to hit the notification bell so you get notified on all of my upcoming videos. I want to thank you all for watching, each and every one of you, subscribers or not. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch the content. And that's it. I'll see you on the next one.